So in this lesson, we're going to talk about 3D figures. This would be a rectangular prism, and the edges are where all of the faces or bases meet. So an edge would be this part here because the top face and the side face are meeting along this edge. It's actually the intersection of the faces. Those are your edges. Whereas the vertex or vertices would be the points where all the edges meet. Okay, so that's what we're going to be taking a look at. This is my example of a cylinder, and a cylinder doesn't have any edges because none of them are straight lines. And there's no vertices, so that's pretty interesting to take a look at. Let's take a look together. The directions say list the number of edges and vertices for each figure, a rectangular prism. So it's a box. It's basically just a box. If I wanted to talk about the edges, I could say, okay, well, I have 4 edges on top and I have 4 edges on the bottom. Now think about a rectangular room that you may be in. You have 4 edges around the top, right, where your ceiling is. You have 4 edges around the bottom where the floor meets your walls, but then you also have the edges where all the walls meet. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 edges up top, 4 edges on the bottom, and then 4 edges where your walls all meet. So altogether you would have 12 edges. But now your vertices are where the edges meet. And it's kind of like all the corners. So think about in the room that you're in right now, if it's a rectangular room, you have the 4 corners in the bottom on your floor in all 4 spots, and you have the matching 4 corners up top at the ceiling. So all together, if I was to count the vertices, I could see in my diagram, I have 4 on top, and then that means I would have 4 on the bottom. So I have 8 vertices altogether. In this square pyramid, if I was looking at my edges, I could see that I have a base. It looks like a square base. And so there would be 4 edges, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have the edges of each of the triangular faces intersecting with each other plus the base. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 edges on the bottom, 4 edges along the outside top there would give me a total of 8 edges. Vertices. Well, there are 4 vertices, just like we had in the rectangular prism at the bottom, at the base. 1, 2, 3, 4. But where the rest of the edges meet is at the tippy top of the pyramid, and that would give me a total of 5 vertices. The last one, cylinder. Edges, there are none. Edges are only line segments. A cylinder is going to have a circle as its base, and that's a curved shape. It's not going to be a line, so I can't say there's any edges. And so if there's no edges, then there's no vertices because the vertices are where the edges meet. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.